Hey, what's going on, guys? Your host here, Daniel Carmack, as always. And guys, I got to get straight into it. Tonight, I'm a little worked up, and so I had planned to cover three ways to grow your market or grow your network on social media. And I've been studying the material, going over it, making sure that I had a good set structure of flow. And I had an experience today that just really ate at me early this morning. It's just been kind of eating away at me all day. So I wanted to get that off my chest, just be a little bit of vulnerable, a little bit of honest, and well, I'm always honest, but I just really wanted to dig into something. And if you go back and you look at some of my other videos, I've talked about some of these things in, parts here and there, but I really want to get into it tonight. So as always, guys, as you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If this is the first time us meeting, make sure you hit the notifications up in the corner so that way you always are notified when I go live. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you drop a hashtag replay. So guys, just to give you a little backstory, right? If you've been watching my videos, if you've been following me and you know anything about me, right? I'm still active duty military. And don't worry, this has no political ties, no military talk or anything like that. So I have very long days, right? And I have very long days because I'm committed to my career in the military. But I'm also very committed to my career and growing my business and helping entrepreneurs, coaching and mentoring. And just as a, kind of my give back, whenever I engage with somebody, on private message and they're interested in what's going on, I do like a 3 to 5 series of excuse me, of meetings with them just to kind of help them along the best way I can. And then if there's multiple different ways that I could lead you into a funnel and I could sell you some stuff and whatever the case is, but that's not my intent here. My intent is to provide you value, give you something, show, be there for you to help you through the obstacles that you're in, right? So I just happened to wake up about 3:30 this morning. I received a message from a young lady, and she was interested in receiving more information, right? So 3:30 in the morning, I got to get up at 5:30, get ready, head to Brooklyn, and, get my day started, right? So I take about 30, 45 minutes to go back and forth and get something set up. So then I have about a 2-hour commute into Brooklyn every morning. So on my way there, we schedule a call and we're going through it, right? And I don't want to necessarily call this young lady out, by name, but so we're going through our conversation, and I always ask a series of questions so I can kind of get a temperature check of what it is that each individual is looking for, where they are in their business, what obstacles they have, right? So as we're going through this, I'm talking to this young lady, and I asked her, well, are you trying to just have like a side hustle, or are you trying to really grow a business? And her response, like most people, is I'm trying to grow a business. So I'm like, okay. And I kind of go into, what that takes, what goes into that, the work and, just the commitment that you have to have into it. And I could tell something was funny by the tone of her voice. And, I asked her, I was like, well, are you getting what I'm saying, or is there, is there an issue? And she was like, and her reply is what kind of just ate at me. And she was like, oh, well, I didn't realize there would be that much work. I figured I could just start a social media channel and I would have my business. And that, remaining professional in the conversation, I mean, it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm empathetic to the point that she felt like that because of the hype of being an entrepreneur, what it's become over the last 4, 5, 6 years, that, people put entrepreneur, CEO, founder in their, job titles of their description on their social media platforms. And they just think that that's the way it is, and I almost felt a little sorry for her because she just really didn't grasp the thought. And I feel like I kind of crushed her dreams about what it is that she wanted to do in her life. So what I want to share with you guys tonight is, just just a cold hard reality check, about what it is. And I talked about this in my last video. And like I said, I've kind of spoken about it in different pieces before, but it's, this is a lonely, hard game to be an entrepreneur. This is not something that you just wake up one day and you say, you know what, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Like I spoke about in my last video, guys, there is no magic button to become an entrepreneur. It takes dedication. It takes hard work. It takes commitment. It takes you, sacrificing time. Everybody thinks that there is this, magic button or, a magic pill that you can take that's going to just give you a business. And that's the thing that just blows my mind just blows the top of my head off, is like, it is a business. It is something that you have to commit to. It is something that you put sweat and effort and time into. Like you have to learn new skills. You have to figure out where your audience is. It's not something that's just given to you. And if you have the nerve, if you have the audacity to ask life to give you an opportunity to live on your terms, to work on your terms, to not punch a clock, to not drive 2 hours in traffic every morning, if you have the gall to ask life to give you that, but you're not willing to put in the time and effort it takes to earn that, like, it absolutely blows my mind. Like, I don't understand how someone can have that type of thought process. I really don't. Like it's something that you have to be willing to give all. Go back and look at, one of my posts from today is, you have really 3 choices. You can give up, you can let it beat you, or you can go all in. And if you're not willing to go all in, well, entrepreneurship, I'm sorry, it's not the place for you. I'm not saying that you can't have a business. I'm not saying that you can't be an entrepreneur. I'm not saying that you can't have the freedom and what it is that you're looking for out of life, but you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to have those midnights, the 2 a.m.s, the 5 a.m.s, you have to give it on the weekends. There's this, I've noticed on YouTube a lot, guys posting ads that, they kind of start like, whoa, let me show you all my, money that I've made in my fancy car. And they're like, well, no, I really don't have a fancy car. Like, I'm just a normal guy. And, and that's what, being able to balance that and not try to promote something that's not real, that you're being genuine, you're being authentic in your message and what it is that you're giving, is what being an entrepreneur is about. Yeah, it's about making money. It's about having a business. It's about having, revenue to take care of your family and do those kind of things. But the amount of work that goes into doing that is not, an overnight thing. It's not something that you gain in a week, you gain in 6 months. It takes time, months, years, decades even, to establish whatever level it is that you want to get. Maybe you're just trying to hustle and earn a couple bucks, on the side, and that's fine. Whatever your goal is, whatever is making you happy, or whatever you started your journey for, is absolutely okay. But if you think that you're going to make, $60 or $100, $200,000 a year, people throw, I'm gonna make $1 million a year as an entrepreneur around like it's, like it's nothing. If you can just wrap your head around what it takes to make that kind of income from being an entrepreneur, and it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in, if you're a network marketer, you're affiliate marketer, if you have a brick and mortar store, if you're being a sole proprietor of a company, the amount of effort that goes into being able to accomplish that is, that's why everybody doesn't do it. Because it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is, right? There's multiple opportunities, and I have a couple for you. I sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But if putting the time into self-education isn't worth it to you, if committing to learning the process isn't worth it to you, well, then I wish you the best of luck. I'm not saying that you have to pay for everything. You can YouTube and you can Google and you can figure out, there's a million answers out there for you. I have 2 in the description. If you want, if 10 days of free information is worth it to you, click on the link that says bootcamp. If $27 is worth it to you, click on the link that says book. Okay. Those are foundations that will help you to get a a good grasp on what it is that it takes to be an entrepreneur, the avenue is attraction marketing, right? But that's not the only way. I mean, you can do direct sales. I mean, direct email marketing. You can do written. You can do podcasts, things of that nature, right? Whatever works for you. But I find it so amazing that people they want that lifestyle, but they're not willing to put in the work. And when this young lady just, talked about, like her stun of what it takes. And, after her giving me what it was that she wanted to achieve, I didn't crush her dreams, and I scheduled a follow-up appointment with her, but I was brutally honest with her. And I was like, listen, like, you need to have a real conversation. You need to be self-aware about what it is that you want and what it takes to get there. And if you're not willing to put that in, I'm sorry, it's not going to be given to you. Not in this day and age, not in this era. I mean, this is the best era that we've ever lived in to be an entrepreneur, to have a business, to create something for yourself, right? But it's not going to come free. It's not going to come easy. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to put in the time, the effort, and the commitment. Put your back against the wall, and the only way you can go is forward. That's what you have to do. Guys, thank you, as always. Thank you for being here. I will be back tomorrow to share those 3 tips with you on how to grow on social media. As always, take care, be safe, live life, and remember, we create our own freedom. Bye for now.